Hey everybody, in today's video I'm going to go over an issue related to chart labels when you've got zero values. So in this example here I've got sales by month, but they only go up until September. So presumably this is a year-to-date data set, and so I'm going to map this out on a column chart. So go to Insert, just select a simple column chart, and what I'm going to do is right click on one of these columns and select Add Data Labels. Now, with adding data labels, the benefit is I see the number right there. I don't have to look at the axis here to see what that corresponds to. So now I can just delete this axis. I don't need it anymore. And the labels all look good except for the issue here where these zero values show a dollar sign and there's a dash. So one thing you could do is go in and manually delete just these specific labels one by one, but it's a bit of a tedious process. And then what happens next year when you're starting over again, and you're gonna have to delete more labels, and you're gonna add them back as you have more data. So it's not a good solution. Instead, what you can do is just format the numbers differently. So to do that, I'm gonna right-click, Format Data Labels. And then if I go to the bottom, scroll to the bottom here, there's an option for number. And so by default here, it's applied a general format. So it says format cells will have no specific number formats. So that's what's applied here. So what I can do is select the custom option instead. And by doing this, I still have that formatting selected, but now I see basically that format code. So I can go in here and change this if I wanted to. So the key thing that I'm looking for are these dashes, right? I see that right here. So in this format code, you'll see different types of code. It's basically looking similar, but there are semicolons to break apart. Okay, this formatting is going to apply when it's positive. This one is when it's negative. This is when it's zero. Might be another one when it's blank. So it tells Excel how to format that specific format. So as you can see, this comes after not the first semicolon, but the second semicolon. So when we're dealing with zero values, so it's got that dash in there. So basically, what I'm going to do is just delete everything between the semicolons, right? So we've got that. So the goal is just to have back-to-back semicolons in here in this case. And now, once I've done that, I hit the Add button, and I've applied now that custom formatting. So as you can see, there's a lot of flexibility in being able to change these formats to suit your needs. For example, if I don't want those dollar signs, I can go right in here and delete them. Delete those dollar signs, hit Add, and they're gone. So you don't have to necessarily select a different category. You can just modify the format right from there by going through the custom option. Now, not all number formats are that complicated. For example, if I go to the number format, if I go down here, you can see extremely simple here. We've got a number sign, comma, two number signs, and a zero. So if I wanted to copy this code and use it as my custom format, go back into custom here. So I've got this complex code here, and let's say I just delete that. And I'm going to apply that number format. And what I'm going to do is add two semicolons. 1, 2. So basically, that's the only format I'm going to use. And I'm going to hit the Add button. And same thing, right? So it doesn't have to always be a really complex formatting code. You can pick and choose what format you like. If you like the number format, that's how you can apply it. Apply that first one, and then just put two semicolons afterwards. So it's saying, okay, there's no other types of special formatting we're going to apply. And by doing so, you're saying there's no formatting that's going to apply if it is a zero value. And so that takes care of that issue. So now, if we didn't have September's data, right, let's say this is 0. We don't have to worry about it. And the formatting goes along with it because it applies a different formatting if it's a 0 value versus if there is an actual value in there greater than 1. So that's how you can manipulate your chart labels so that you can customize them to apply different formatting based on whether positive, whether zero, whether negative, whatever the case may be. So all you need to do is really just right click, format data labels, go in the number section, and then if you haven't already selected custom, select custom. If you've got general selected, then you can swap over to the custom and then make your changes within there. And the key thing to remember is, especially if you want to get rid of the dashes, look for that formatting in there and just delete everything between the semicolons. If it's the last, if it comes after the last semicolon, then you just delete everything after that last semicolon, and then you'll be able to get rid of that formatting that you don't want to see, especially when it comes to zero values. And then they'll make your charts look a lot cleaner, especially when you're using labels and you don't want dashes showing up. So hope you found it useful. Thanks so much for watching.